When you bite your tongue, your jaw muscles are incredibly powerful, capable of exerting hundreds of pounds of force. But your brain will stop you once it senses the pain. However, during a seizure, this protective mechanism can fail. A seizure can cause intense involved intramuscle contractions, including in the jaw, leading to a powerful bite down on the tongue. In severe cases, the wound can be so bad that it has to be stitched back together, as his hand grips the knife. Tiny cables inside are pulled tight, and these are controlled by a set of 3D printed gloves, which transmits the puppeteer's movements to the doll. Tiny motors in his head move his eyes, eyebrows, and mouth, and these are controlled by a joystick, making his face change from friendly to terrifying in just a second. Rods in his body allow his head, shoulders, and arms to be moved around. And once they're green screened out, the killer doll comes to life. This is a boomerang grenade, a special weapon developed for Australian soldiers to use it. A soldier would light the fuse and throw it toward the enemy camp. The boomerang could travel up to 100 feet and even curve around corners, making it deadlier than grenades. However, because it required a lot of training and sometimes return, it was never used during the war. They put her body in an iron coffin with a porthole over her face. People would look inside, admiring her beauty, even in death. For over 100 years, her face was preserved in the sealed chamber until a visitor's child tapped on the glass and quaffed it. Mold spores suddenly rushed into the coffin, and soon her skin was covered in fungus, leaving a white mask where her face used to be. The blade would cut through the metal rings and into your neck. If you wore chainmail under a guillotine, a steel helmet would be tougher. But if it wasn't thick enough, the guillotine could still crush through. Now a full helmet from a medieval knight, reinforced with solid metal, could stand a chance. But even if the blade didn't cut through, the impact would be so strong that it could break your neck, as she took the photo. A shotgun shell suddenly exploded from the camera. The pellets lodged themselves into the woman's leg, and the photographer was immediately arrested. Police questioned her and were shocked by her story. You see, her boyfriend had given her the camera, telling her to follow a jewel thief. He said it would take X-ray images revealing the stolen gems. But the thief was actually the man's ex-wife, and she didn't steal any jewelry. The man was tracked down by police and killed in a shootout, and his ex-wife lost her leg to the injuries.